Welcome to this Riz Extra segment. We're speaking with the outspoken leader of the Nation of Islam, Minister Louis Farrakhan. Mr. Farrakhan, good to speak with you. I want to start by asking about Barack Obama and his campaign seeming to distance themselves from the false claims that Barack Obama was a Muslim. Now, how do you feel the word Muslim took on negative connotations in this campaign? How do you react to the way it's being handled now?
Well, I think there were those who wanted to say he was a Muslim to feed into the Islamophobia that is presently in the United States of America, hoping that they could turn the American public against Barack Obama by calling him a Muslim. The other day, Colin Powell, the former Secretary of State and the former head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, endorsed Barack Obama, and he raised the question, so what if he is a Muslim? Is there something wrong with being a Muslim in America? Should a 7-year-old Muslim not hope that one day he would rise to be President of the United States? So this is the tactic that was used by the opposition, but it's clear that it failed.
Well, sir, you've talked of Barack Obama being a unifying figure. Do you ever expect we'll see a post-racial America where the issues of race don't come in as a factor socially or politically?
At the head of your program with me, you put something up that I said Sunday, that America can change, but attitudes change slowly. What I was hinting at is that there's something that we as black people must do to affect that kind of change. Black excellence in all fields of human endeavor will cause whites to say, I can respect this person as an equal. But if our people are jobless and in gangs and are the #1 killers of themselves, then how can anyone looking at that picture see us as their equal? So there's an awful lot of work for black leaders, black preachers, black teachers, black organizations to do to lift our people up out of the quagmire that they are in. And that is not on Barack Obama. He has the cross of America to bear, but the raising of our people is still our job to do.
Then, Minister, what will be the most pressing challenges Barack Obama will face early on in his presidency, and how might his background help or hinder him?
The pressing challenge on the home front is, #1, fixing the economy. #2, looking at the health care problem. 37 million Americans are without health care. Looking at the problem of education and fixing it, because until and unless the American educational system is fixed, the American people will not be able to compete with the other nations of the world in the 21st century. Then his problem abroad is the war in Iraq, the war in Afghanistan. He must negotiate carefully so that the forces in America do not manipulate him into some attack on Iran, thinking that Iran has some weapons of mass destruction. We'll be right back where we were with a government that lied to the American people to attack Iraq, and now we have spent nearly $1 trillion in a war that really is not out of sight or is not complete. So he has that. Then he has the job of hopefully a peace process that must be continued and must be gone after with great zeal between the Israelis and the Palestinians. And that peace process must be handled with a greater sense of justice. And if he is that kind of American president, perhaps he can guarantee some form of security to to the Israelis without damaging the hopes of the Palestinians for a state of their own.
Now, of course, as Barack Obama prepares for his term in the White House, he has to very soon resign his position in the Senate. And there's talk that perhaps the ground might be laid for another son of Illinois, Jesse Jackson Jr., the Congressman Jesse Jackson, son of Reverend Jesse Jackson, taking up that post. How well do you think the foundations have been laid perhaps for him taking over?
Well, of course, Jesse Jackson Jr. is a very, very brilliant young man. He would make a fine senator. But that choice is with the governor of the state of Illinois. And I understand that someone very close to President-elect Obama is also in the running for that seat. However, the choice is with Governor Blagojevich.
All right. Now, you've recently called for a new beginning in religion. Where do you see the role of Nation of Islam in the coming years in the United States? And what about its relation to other faiths, Minister?
You know, Abraham is considered the father of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. If Abraham were present today, he would be exceedingly upset that three religions that claim him are the #1 killers of each other. We do believe that we can stitch together the religious communities because the Torah, the Injil, and the Quran have a connecting link. And if those links are truly connected, we can unite Christians, Muslims, and Jews. But you have false believers in all three manifestations of the faith of Abraham. And so the unity will be difficult until hypocrisy and disbelief is separated from those who truly believe and are willing to submit their will to do the will of God.
Well, Minister Louis Farrakhan, thank you very much for joining us for this Riz Extra. Thank
you so much for having me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for watching. Glad to have you with us. We'll see you next time on Riz Extra. Goodbye.